Hey guys, Mr. Theorist here with another theory video. This theory video is a Game of Thrones one and who I think the Red God / Lord of Light will be in the last couple of episodes, the last season of Game of Thrones. And what I mean by which character is a character which has already been established in the show who will turn out to be that god. Before I begin, I want to say I will be talking about the series so far. Mostly just series 6, episodes from 1 to 5, where we've seen up to so far. But I might make slight references as the theory goes along about previous stuff that, guessing if you clicked on it, you already kind of know all of that. But for the first 5 episodes of this season, I will be talking about, and I don't want you to be spoiled by any of it. So come back to this video after you've seen them. Okay, if you're still here, I'm guessing you've seen them. So we'll begin. I believe the character who's going to turn out to be the Red God at the end of Game of Thrones is Bran Stark. Yeah? I do have my reasons for this. The episode we just seen, episode 5, stupid Bran, green seared without the Three-Eyed Raven's permission / help, and green sears to the White Walker army. And the Night King sees him. But strangely enough, the Night King doesn't look confused to see Bran, or even questions it. It's almost like he recognises Bran, but it's like he's never met him. And he touches Bran, and Bran wakes up, and the Three-Eyed Raven says, he knows you're here now. What does that matter? Like, what's Bran got to do with the Night King? Unless the Night King and Bran have history. Because the Night King wants to get south of the wall. Why bother with just trying to kill this kid, and instead of going straight down to the wall? Obviously, at the end of the episode, we have the horrible moment of hold the door, Hodor. Very, very sad. But because of this, and the Three-Eyed Raven's death, sorry, Bran will take it upon himself to personally take down the Night King. So with this newfound green seer ability, he's going to try and defeat the Night King as quick as possible. So at first he thinks of trying to change history, because he knows he can verbally talk to the past. He can be seen by the past if he's walking into that person in the present. But because he won't be doing that, he'll probably just be heard. So he decides he's going to try and contact the past and get them to defeat the White Walkers before they can even turn up. So he goes to the First Men and tells the First Men about Dragonglass. That then obviously doesn't work, so he decides he'll try and inform individual people across time. But because they don't see him, they hear this voice and start to think, where's that coming from? It's like a mysterious voice is appearing out of nowhere. And say some of them were sitting by trees when it happened, or possibly sitting around a fire, that they might think maybe the voice is coming from there. That would mean, what, there is a god trying to talk to me? But then he's like, oh, this isn't working. I'll try one more. So he goes to talk to the King of Westeros, who's a Targaryen king from whatever time period he appears in. And he tries to inform this Targaryen king that, look, the White Walkers are coming, you need to prepare for it. But this king misinterprets it and thinks, I'll need to purify Westeros. The White Walkers cannot take Westeros. So he starts to stockpile this horrible oil that burns and sticks to people. And he becomes so obsessed with this that he starts murmuring to himself, kill them, burn them all. And Bran realises, I've created the Mad King. I'm the reason Rhaegar is crazy. And he realises that everything he's doing, he must have already have done this. So he decides he needs to stop building an army then. But all the great knights, they keep dying. So he decides, well, if the Night King touched me that day I saw him, and I brought them all back with me, is there a possibility when I green seer, I can bring something back with me. Maybe even a person's essence. And say he green seers someone just as they're dying and pulls them through from the moment of death onwards, and to any normal person, they become resurrected. That's a power only the gods have. And say again, if because these people are starting to believe there's this God that talks them through the fire, are begging the gods to save their loved ones, or just a knight they want to have protecting them, they'll start to think that their wish has been granted. As we've seen twice, there are people who are resurrected by the Red God. It could be Bran that's doing this. And because of him going into the past and trying to defeat the Night King, you have this legend, religion being built around the idea of this other being trying to counteract the White Walkers. And the religion starts to be formed. And Bran accidentally creates the religion of the Lord of Light that fights the Great Other. Now, on one last note, if you remember in Season 3, when the Three-Eyed Raven speaks to Bran for the first time, Season 3 or Season 4? Might be Season 4. He tells Bran that he will return something to Bran. Now initially I thought, as most of us did, oh, he's going to help Bran walk again. But then we started thinking, no, maybe he'll teach Bran how to walk into a dragon. But as we've been told by Tyrion in an earlier part of this season, is that a dragon is more intelligent than people. So for someone to walk into a dragon would lower their intelligence, which wouldn't be a good thing, especially during the great battle we know is going to happen. So what if instead, because the Three-Eyed Raven perceives time differently, because he can travel to any point in time, that when he sees Bran, he's returning Bran to his destiny, his moment where he's meant to do something great. So to him, he's returning Bran to that. He's not giving Bran something. And that is to become the Red God, Lord of Light. But anyway, I just thought this would be a cool little theory, and if it turns out to be true, that would be awesome. If you like this video, hit like, leave a comment. I would love to hear what you guys think of this theory, and if you have any similar theories about what other characters might be different gods in the series, because I do have another theory about what all the Stark kids have to do with everything, but I'll leave that for another theory. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do. And until the next one, I'll see you later, guys. Bye.